And so by the time I got to the end of high school and I won prom king, I didn't like campaign for it. I didn't go around saying I wanted it or anything, but I did feel like, wow, I actually like did it. I really convinced them that they like me and that I am this really like sort of max version of this high school trope. I'm the prom king and the captain of the track team, and everyone likes me. And then I went to NYU, and my God, the openly gay men were way worse bullies than I had ever experienced in high school.
So, yeah.
I showed up dressed the way that I had been dressing and talking like this, and you're speaking with an accent with a lower voice than I actually do have.
Wow.
And they started laughing. I remember like we did an icebreaker on my floor, and it was like, hey, my name is this. I'm studying this and I live in this room. Come say hi. This is what I like. When I didn't even realize how much of a caricature I was to other people, because I was so seeped in a specific culture that dressed a certain way and acted a certain way and aspired to certain things and spoke a certain way, etc. I was a joke to them, and it became really clear immediately that the chief reason why I was a joke to them is because I wasn't actually being myself. Because then authenticity was prized suddenly. Where I was from, assimilation was prized. I was the best version of that out of my high school I could possibly be.
You wore the crown to orientation.
I wore the crown at the end of it. And then I get to school at NYU in New York City, and it was like, oh, I have to be an individual now.
Yeah.
Who is that? And I remember there was like a couple month period where I'm 18 in New York City, and
trying out things.
I'm like, do I dig in, or do I actually try to be myself, whatever that is? And it was the moment I realized I had to make that decision was actually so funny. So the other day, Melissa and I went to go see the Rocky Horror Picture Show on Broadway. Steph Shue is truly one of Melissa's oldest friends. They grew up together.
And she was incredible. I saw it too.
Amazing.
I mean,
she's just one of
She's so great whenever she's in things. Yeah.
She's so talented. And so I went to go see it, and I flashed back to welcome week of NYU. They did a Rocky Horror at the school, and a couple people were like, "We're gonna go to Rocky Horror. Like it's gonna be crazy." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I dressed like in my like a bright green polo and like the American Eagle jeans and whatever. I put my shit shoes on, and I meet everyone in the lobby, and they're dressed like fucking freaks and whores. And I'm like, "Why are you dressed like freaks and whores?" And they're like, "We're going to Rocky Horror." And I was like, "Okay, we go." Everyone is a freak and a whore. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this is crazy. I start to go nuts inside. I'm like, I stick out because I'm dressed what I think is normal. Everyone here is like at the dark end of expression and having so much fun and yelling and saying whatever the fuck. And I wasn't used to that. So but I am someone who loves a competition. So I get there, and there's going to be the host of it who's dressed like Frankenfurter before the movie begins and everything. They're like, we're going to do a fake orgasm contest. So raise your hand if you want to come on stage. And they picked like 20 people and they lined everyone up. And I just like, I'm going to do it. I don't know why. But by the way, at this point, I've never had sex. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a virgin. Like,
you've come 3 times.
I've come thousands of times, but always private. Never for a crowd of students. So they get to me, and I give the worst fake orgasm. I can't even replicate it because it probably would just be so much better now. I just can't help but come fake or non. But back then I was just like, I think I just screamed and tried too hard, and everyone booed me.
Oh my God! Someone booed you.
Yeah, and then like I like had to sit there for like the whole rest of the Rocky Horror Show. Everyone knows the call outs. Like,
that's so embarrassing.
And I am sitting there. And it was like after that I was like, okay, there's a couple ways I can feel about this. One, humiliated and like blame everyone else for having a great time and knowing where they were. Or I can be like, there is so much for me to learn about how you can act outside of the paradigm that I've been in all my life.
Yeah.
Which isn't serving me. Now I know. Because I've walked into a room, and the worst fear you can ever have walking into a room as someone who wants assimilation and wants to fit in is for everyone to boo you and laugh at you. And this was like the second day in a row that it happened, and I was just acting the way I thought I was supposed to.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I literally, like, thankfully made the decision, like, okay, I'm going to start deconstructing the construction I've made of myself and try to figure out who the fuck I am.
You're listening to The Downside.
The Downside.
With Gianmarco Soresi.